City of Northglenn, Channel 8, keeping you informed of events in your community.
I'd like to call the regular city council meeting to order. Joanna, would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Downing?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dodge?
Here.
Councilmember Snetzinger? Here. Councilmember Malika?
Here.
Councilmember Sowers? Councilmember Joe Brown?
Here.
Councilmember Becky Brown?
Here.
Councilmember Whitman? Here. And Councilmember Escobar would be absent tonight.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any additions or deletions from council?
Mayor, the only thing that I'd like to say is that Jordan did call me. I don't know if she tried to get a hold of you, but she will be absent tonight.
All right. Okay, thank you. Next is presentations, the July Neighborhood Beautification Awards. Jenny?
Hello everyone, how are you this evening?
Great, thank you.
Tonight we're here to celebrate the July Yard of the Month winners. And I have to tell you that I was on the phone on Friday and today, and we have a lot of people enjoying the summer and that are on vacation and out doing things. So we do have two families here tonight, and I'm very thankful that they were able to make it. But I did want you to know that everybody was very appreciative of the award, and their neighbors are hoping that next year they'll get the award. So there's a lot of competition out there. So tonight, I'm thankful for our 13 judges. The city of Northglenn is divided into 13 areas, and we have a lot of beautiful homes and yards all over the city, which is good for each of us and for businesses as well. So our first home tonight is 10603, and I failed to do my duty. Could I please have, no, that's all right. No, it isn't. I'm sorry, it's been a busy day today. Mayor and council, will you join me down?
Certainly, okay.
Just yell at me when I don't do it right. I apologize. You'd think I'd have this down after 50 years, right? I apologize. See, I'm just human, right? So as they're running up here, the first home we're going to celebrate tonight is 10603 Adams Street in Fox Run area, and they were not able to be here tonight. The next home is 2438 East 109th Drive, again in Fox Run, and they're not here tonight either. Oh, you are here? Come on up. Yay, Shannon.
Well, thank you for all your hard work. Would you like to meet? Sure. Nice to meet you. You bet. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great. Thank you.
I'll just give my address.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. Okay, next we have Ramus and Roella Melendez at 11956 East 119th Place. And we have Darian and Marty Henney at 11453 Marion Street, another pretty yard. Michael and Carolyn Jones at 10996 Alvin Drive. Bill and Teresa McNeil at 10527 Humboldt Street. You can tell it was July 4th, right?
Yeah.
It does.
We have Vinay Woostein at 11841 Lincoln Street, another pretty yard. Come on, sorry, I'm rushing, I'm sorry.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You did all of it? You did all of it? Thank you.
It's really pretty, I like it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
guys. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have Pat Tobin at 10826 Pearl Street. And this is Joel and Debbie Peabody at 11113 Navajo Street. Harold and Barbara Westman at 1081 West 103rd Avenue. Louise Price and Cherry Roberts at 10514 Carmela Lane. And last, we have Michael and Lynn Ford at 10242 Monterey Circle. Really pretty yards.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I apologize. No. Goofing a little.
You should.
And although, a lot of the award winners couldn't be here this evening, we do appreciate all the work and all the hard work that they do to make our city beautiful. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Next, we have the Youth Commission Quarterly Report. Savannah? Or is...
It's Chandler.
Oh, it's, yeah.
Savannah, you've changed.
Yes. They have you listed. Sorry about that.
You're good. So hello, my name is Chandler Sanchez, and I'm the treasurer of the Northglenn Youth Commission.
I'm Mariah Witkowski. I'm the secretary of Northglenn Youth Commission.
And we're here for the second annual quarterly report. So we're going to show you what we've accomplished in the last few months. So last week we hosted a field day for the Northglenn Day Camp. All the children there, and they had to complete various activities that really it was meant to get their heart rates up and going, use their creativity, and we kind of allowed them to work in teams and to learn how to be more cooperative with each other. So as the youth commission, we kind of learned that children don't have the biggest attention spans. The nicest way. We also realized that communication is a very big key factor in successfully planning any event and hosting it.
So along with that, we've also finally, after over a year of trying, we've done the Mayor on the Move Youth Edition. As some of you may know, last year we tried to do this all 3 times that were available to us, and each time the weather just didn't want us to do that. So we finally did this at Larson Park, and we got a bunch of amazing input from the community about just what issues that they've found and some general ideas. And with this information, we do plan on developing new goals just to better the community.
So as a commission, also for the 4th of July, we helped out and volunteered at the Flapjack and Fireworks 4-mile run, and that's where we passed out water and cheered on all the runners.
So then going back in time, in June we participated in the paint-a-thon with Brothers Redevelopment as well as some of Northglenn's staff. And with that we just we painted a community member's house as well as did some yard work, and it just felt like a great way to give back to the community. And we did do this last year, and so we decided to do it again, and we probably will be doing this for many years to come.
So in September, we're participating in the annual Relay for Life race, and this is a 12-hour event run by the American Cancer Society. So our goal is to raise $100 per Youth Commission member, and all of the proceeds are going to go towards cancer research and cancer awareness. So if you would like to support our team, please see us after the meeting for more info. We'll talk to you about it.
You're gonna hang out for the whole meeting?
Yeah.
Dedication.
It's going to be a long meeting, you know that.
We're excited.
Yeah.
We're all about it.
It's summertime, they don't have to get up.
So this year, we've also decided to revitalize, I guess you could say, our Veterans Memorial Flower Bed outside the entrance to E.B. Rains Park. This is just, it was created a few years ago by previous members of Northglenn Youth Commission to honor veterans in the community and everywhere. So we planted this flower bed, and this summer we've continued the tradition by maintaining and planting new flowers. I think it looks really pretty. And we do plan on removing the flowers at the end of the season to get it ready for next year.
If you guys have any questions or concerns, I guess, you can ask them. And thank you for your time today.
Are there any questions for you?
I just have a comment. I just
Yes.
really want to thank you for getting involved in the community and volunteering with Brothers Redevelopment and the 4th of July event. I think it's great seeing you guys out there.
Oh, they're
Thank you.
great opportunities. Brothers was so nice. So.
Any other? Yes, where is it?
I just wanted to commend you all for having a great meeting at the Mayor on the Move. I think you did a great job, and you got the audience to participate and give some good feedback. You did great, and thanks for helping out at the walk. We appreciate that.
Thank you. I think we learned a lot on the Mayor
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah,
Very
too.
cool.
Great input.
All right, well, thank you. Yes.
One more thing is that they're not taking enough credit for the day camp day that they did. They put a lot of effort into it. It took a lot of planning. They thought of every activity to keep the kids busy for an entire day, came up with all the materials, purchased it, put everything together. So it was a lot of work. So you guys really, deserve a big hand for that. You did a great job.
Well, thank you so much. All right, next on the agenda is public invited to be heard. 5 minutes per speaker. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to council for up to 5 minutes? Yes, come forward. Please sign in. Yeah, come on in, come on. And give us your name and...
My name is Tim Morgan, that is Timorgen. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator with Be Good Ventures in Northglenn. I was present last week when you were discussing ways of making sure that the little ones will go safely to school. And it seemed to be an issue that there might not be funds available to facilitate crossing guards when kids are going to school. So if we in any way could help make that happen by some sort of donations, I would just like to offer our support and interest in doing so.
Thank you so much. That's very nice, and we will remember. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We never forget.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right, anyone else want to speak to council for up to 5 minutes? Seeing no one approach, we have, next is the consent agenda.
Move to approve. Second.
Please open the vote. The vote is open. Please vote.
I'll close that vote, and the consent agenda passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next is resolutions. The first one is CR 76.
A resolution approving an agreement between the City of Northglenn and Brandon Sand and Gravel Company, LLC for the 2016 East 104th Avenue Rehabilitation Project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Jim?
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. CR 76,
Earlier this year, the city accepted 3 formal bids between $270,000 and $308,000 for the East 104th Avenue Rehabilitation Program. This is a follow-up to a study session from last fall, and we have a recommendation here that for a resolution to approve a contract for Brandon Sand and Gravel up to the low bid of $278,880, as well as additional contingencies up to $297,968. We recommend approval.
Thank you. Discussion? Hearing none? Yes.
I was just going to point out for our residents that this is going to be a mill and overlay project. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And it looks like it's going to take about 60 days from date of, or notice to proceed. I think that's what I read in here. And how much, my question is, how much of a disruption in traffic will this be?
I know we're going to try to keep most of the lanes open, but I would have to have Mr. Willett give you the specifics on the maintenance of traffic plan.
I just think it'd be helpful for our residents to kind of know what's coming up.
Mayor and council members, there will be traffic open at all times, and the project will take about 3 weeks once they get a notice to proceed.
That's not bad. That's better than the 60 days in here, so.
Yeah, it'll be about a week of concrete work, and then roughly a week to mill it, and then another week to pave it.
Excellent, thank you.
All right, any other discussion? Thanks, Steve. Please open the vote.
The vote is open.
Please vote.
I'll close that vote, and CR 76 passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next is CR 77.
A resolution approving an agreement between the City of Northglenn and the Base Group Incorporated for the High Zone Tank Exterior Overcoating Project.
Move to approve. Thank you, Mayor, members of council. This is CR 77 regarding the high zone storage tank. This is located over on Ura Lane. It has a capacity of around 750,000 gallons, and it's a steel tank, requires maintenance of its coatings. We've done some interior work and exterior work. The typical coating lifespan is about 10 to 15 years, and so this project would actually finish up some of that work. In May, we did receive 7 bids for this project, ranging between $55,000 and $128,000, so it's quite a spread there. The Base Group was the contractor that was selected to perform the work. We're recommending an additional 20% contingency, though, because of the car dealerships. Want to make sure we've got adequate protections there for overspray. There shouldn't be any, but we want to make sure we've got a good contingency there. So we are recommending approval of the contract for $55,250 with an additional 20% contingency to bring up to $66,300.
Thank you. Discussion?
So I appreciate that we're going to the lowest bidder, but with such a huge range of bids, have we fully vetted this submittal to make sure that we're really getting what we're paying for and there's not going to be, or is that why we're going with the higher contingency? Because it just is shocking, the difference, and I'm concerned for that much of a difference in a bid on it.
Again, I'd have Mr. Willett explain some of the details of the bidding process, but all of the bidders on the list that were noted here that were qualified, so it's just a matter of making sure that we've got the appropriate contingencies in place. I know you fully vetted each of these contractors as well.
Okay, it's just, the next lowest is 30,000. That's, so I'm a little scared. I mean, it's great that we're saving a lot of money, but.
No, it's good that you called that out, but we're finding in this bidding environment that the contractors are extremely busy, so they bid the price high, and if they get it, fine. If they don't, but that's where we're seeing a wider range of bids these days. And the 20% contingency, as you know, the tank is elevated, it's very high. We don't expect to spray any cars. I want to clarify that, but we might have to add extra protection so as not to do that.
And if we do spray a car on accident, is that taking care of that? I'm not sure what's the right word. Is that included in this contract, or will that be like a CIRSA claim or something? What happens when the wind blows and?
Yeah, that would be a claim, and
okay.
We don't intend to spray any cars.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Please open the vote.
The vote is open.
Please vote.
I'll close that vote, and CR 77 passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next is CR 78.
A resolution approving an agreement between the City of Northglenn and Foothills Paving and Maintenance Incorporated for the Recreation Center parking lot repairs project.
Second?
Jim?
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. CR 78, the parking lots near the Northglenn Recreation Center and E.B. Rains Park, I'm sure you've noticed, are in need of repair at this point. We've identified that a slurry seal would provide a new coat to the parking lot, should last roughly 5 years or so. We thought that this would be a good approach to the project to preserve the life of that facility until we can make some final decisions on the civic campus. Just mapping it out, I don't anticipate that this would be a, quote, throwaway improvement. We should be able to fully amortize this over the 5 years. So we're recommending approval of the resolution for Foothills Paving in the amount of $83,086.50, as well as some contingencies that would bring the total expenditure up to $100,000 even.
Okay. Thank you. Discussion. Please open the vote.
Vote is open.
Please vote.
I'll close that vote, and CR 78 passes unanimously.
Okay, next is CR 79.
A resolution authorizing the necessary expenditures to accomplish the annual CIP program for the Stanley Lake Pipeline.
Move to approve. Second.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. CR 79. This is related to the Stanley Lake Pipeline. As you know, it conveys raw water from Stanley Lake to the city, as well as the city of Thornton. It's jointly operated by both cities through the Stanley Lake Pipeline Joint Operating Committee. And this contribution that's being requested allocates funding for the annual industrial pretreatment program, and the agreement states that all costs to maintain the pipeline would be shared jointly between the cities. So if this resolution is approved, it would authorize the transfer $150,000 from the Water Wastewater Fund to that Stanley Lake Pipeline Joint Operating Escrow account. I want to point out here that the City of Thornton is making a similar contribution as part of this program.
Thank you. Discussion. Hearing none, please open the vote.
The vote is open.
Please vote.
I'll close that vote, and CR 79 passes unanimously.
Next is CR 80.
A resolution approving a permanent access easement agreement between the City of Northglenn and 2255 East 104th Ave LLC.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, thank you, Mayor. I'm just going to cover CR 80, 81, and 82 with my comments because they are all related. It all relates to easements at 2255 East 104th Avenue. There's an access easement, which is CR 80. There's a private sanitary easement, which is CR 81, and then a maintenance agreement, which is CR 82. The Planning Commission actually reviewed the final development plan for this project and has approved it already. So you will not necessarily see the land use or the development plan in front of you, but you do need to take action on easements that come before you as the representatives of the owners of the city. The Planning Commission approval included 3 contingencies or 3 conditions on it, which are these 3 easements. So as soon as these are granted, if you choose to approve them tonight, then the final development plan can vest with certain rights. I did want to point out that on CR 81, there is a minor change. And I believe Mr. Hoffman has discussed this very briefly with the applicant. We added a section 2, so this is not necessarily in your packet, but it states that section 2, the private sanitary easement agreement granted herein shall be automatically revocable and abandoned in the event the city constructs a sanitary sewer main in 104th Avenue that allows the grantee to connect to said city sanitary main. So again, we're granting a private sanitary easement, but we want to make sure that we include this language in here that we can vacate that at some point in case there's an alternative service provision for the property.
So what happens if we put a pipeline in there? Do they get charged a connection fee for having to connect into the whatever we do?
That's a great question. I'd have to defer to David on the specifics there.
They won't have to pay another connection fee. They'll have to pay a connection fee for this time.
For this one now?
Yeah.
And then if we do something in there, they'll be like grandfathered in or something?
The connection charges are based on the water meter size, and so when in East Coast, we call it a tap connection, but here there's three values. There's a water connection charge, sanitary sewer connection charge, and a storm drainage connection charge. And if they haven't already paid for that, or don't already have a credit, which I don't know, they'll have to pay that connection charge based on the water meter size.
Okay.
And we won't charge them again.
Any other discussion? Thanks, David.
I have a
Oh,
quick
yes.
question. It says in the application that they're going to complete the trail along 104th. Is that a trail or the sidewalk? Can you guys explain that a little better and the maintenance regarding that? Just didn't quite understand.
Yeah, they're completing a trail. So in front of the property is a parcel that's owned by the city. Currently, it's not a complete trail, but it's sort of like a gravel path, I believe. And so they're going to complete the trail as part of their application, and then they're going to take maintenance just for the portion directly in front of their property.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Thank you.
I'm wondering, can we take all three together as a friendly, or, so voting on 80, 81, and 82 all together?
You could just make sure it's 81 as revised.
Okay. Is that all right with the maker and the?
Completely fine with me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
As revised.
As revised. Okay. All right. Any other discussion? Please open the vote.